and all those in between. This is another episode of Unpopular Opinions. Wait a minute, let me get my mic. But we doing another collab video today with the Mark Jackson Show. So let's just get into it.
Welcome to another episode of the Mark Jackson Show. I'm Mark Jackson. We're on the Come and Talk to Me network. I tell you, it feels good to be back in my chair. I got a bone to pick with you, though. When we started off with you in this chair, it was a solo shot. Now all of a sudden, there's a wide shot. You're included. This is ridiculous.
Why are you not looking at me when you're talking?
I just... Phoenix Smith episode was really good. I wish I would have thought about doing this kind of mashup collab for that episode. That was a really good one. It's just see two native New Yorkers do their New York stuff, man, do their New York thing, man. That was a really cool episode. So if you hadn't seen that one, go back and check it out.
I just realized this is ridiculous.
You feel that jaded? You can't even look at me when you say it?
This is absurd. I do have a question for you, though, in all seriousness, and this is not juicing you. I thought you did a phenomenal job when we had two guests sitting on the couch during the week, and I was sitting alongside of them, and you sat in the big chair. How did you become such a natural at doing this?
What can I say? You know, I just give it up that way. This is just what I do, man.
Humility.
No, I'm playing.
No, you're serious.
Big fans of the It Is What It Is. Oh, my bad. Big fans of the Come and Talk to Me network, man. Like, I just like what they're doing all the way around, man. I'm a big fan of Cameron Mason music. I'm a big fan of what they're doing now with the show and all the shows they've added. I even like, what they have allowed the creative, the creativity and creative control for Stat to do her thing with her show. And just bringing Mark Jackson back into the mix, man. Having him into the fold is just amazing, man, because I don't know why he ain't coaching nowhere. I don't know why he's no longer calling games, but I really miss him calling games, man. It was a treat to watch a game and hear his, knowledge of the game, knowledge of wisdom of the game, experience, as well as just the way he, put his own little spice to it with the way he commented. He's from New York, so he got some clever to say out. I'm glad he got his show.
That's the sad part. You're serious.
No. I watched you do it for a long time. What you mean?
Don't try to juice me
I watched you do it for a long time. I saw the best, and I became the best.
Oh, you're doing an outstanding job. I'm extremely proud.
I'm messing with you.
No, you're not.
I appreciate you. No, I appreciate you. How you feeling today?
I'm good.
How's it feel to be back in your seat?
Different. There's a side of me that like sitting on the couch.
For real?
I don't like all the attention. You know that.
I feel it. So you gonna host today's episode?
I'm here.
You got all that?
I'm here for you. I'm here for you.
All right, I see you got the nice hoodie on today.
We
looking good, the cut nice.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't need all the compliments, man.
You got my text? I told you to rock.
No, you didn't. Don't. People will believe that. This is pure coincidence. Serious?
No, man. I forgot we got to shout out our sponsors. We got to keep the lights on, you know.
Yes, we do.
Shout out Underdog Fantasy. Click the link in the description below and use the promo code MARK. That's MARK. And they're matching up to $100. Go check it out, man. Anyways, I need a second before we even start. Just relax. Let me get my camera right here. Yes, sir. I just want to say, my ladies, y'all did a great job this last weekend with the Final Four. Shouts out to Coach Don Staley, capping off an undefeated season. Y'all are doing so. Why are you making that face?
What's with the change of voice?
Why are you making that face?
What's with the change of voice?
Why are you making that face? Let me have my moment, man. You got something to say to the ladies?
Go ahead.
My ladies, my father has something to say to you. Come on. You got the floor.
Okay, listen to how I respond. Same voice, same tone, same demeanor. Outstanding job, ladies. Outstanding job. Well done across the board. It was an incredible weekend. It's been an incredible run. Women make us proud, and the game has been changed forevermore, moving forward.
It's not the same.
MJJ, Mark Jackson Jr., he did kind of put a little pizzazz to it, put a little riz on it, you know what I mean? He did put a little flair to it, man. He did kind of come with his you know, slow and low and nice and smooth, mellow, fellow, you know. He put a little bit something on it. Put a little and Mark called him out on, well, MJS, Mark Jackson Sr. called him out on it. They know they have some fun, man.
I need more like, where's your empathy? Where's your emotion? Where's your feeling when you're
No,
saying
I'm
it?
getting there.
Good job, ladies.
I thought you was gonna
Great
follow. I
job,
thought you was gonna
ladies.
follow.
That was dry. Can we
I
get a
thought you was
little?
gonna follow up with questions.
What was your favorite part?
There you go.
What was your
Okay,
favorite part?
okay.
Here we go.
Okay, my favorite part. Now here's where we get to the good part. My favorite part is this entire year of women's basketball. Talk about the WNBA, the way it concluded, 2 MVPs, future Hall of Famers across the board, loaded each lineup, crown a champion. And then you look at the NCAA.
Not to interrupt, but let's give a shout out to Mark Jackson's barber, man. Look at that cut. Look at that line. Look at that shade, man. The man is, hey, hats off, man. I mean, salute, OG. Sharp. You know what I'm saying? Hey. Oh, yeah.
NCAA, the most successful season in NCAA history for women's basketball, in my opinion. Most watched, clearly. I'm going to tell you something when you talk about passion. Something that bothered me. South Carolina, Iowa in the championship. Iowa with about 15 seconds to go. The game is basically over. I'm sitting there saying, take out Caitlin Clark. Let her get the acknowledgement and the standing ovation and the recognition she deserves. She's earned it. They take her out. We clap. Coming from the TV world, that's the time when you run down what she's done, the impact that she's made during the course of this year. Give her that 15 seconds and shower her with affection, emotions, and acknowledgement. My problem is this, they did that. Now the final buzzer goes off. The game is over. South Carolina is a story. I don't need your cameras panning to Caitlin Clark. And this is not Caitlin Clark hate. This is just the way you do TV. The story is South Carolina, Dawn Staley, and that undefeated basketball team that just made history. That's the story. Nowhere in the world do we follow the losing locker room or the losing player. We don't do it for LeBron James. We don't do it for Steph Curry. We don't do it for Tim Duncan. We haven't done it. The story was Dawn Staley in South Carolina, so I was a bit disappointed in that. And I had to express myself. So it was frustrating to see that.
Hey, some might say that will be an unpopular opinion moment, an unpopular opinion take. But hey, that's the truth, man. Those are nothing but facts, man. Because think about it, this is a guy from experience. He started off by saying, coming from the TV world. That's a guy that knows what he's talking about. He's just not pulling some random opinion out of the air. This is someone that's speaking from experience, man. Speaking from, he has the knowledge of it as well as the experience from being in TV in a variety of areas. So I don't think it's no hate, but let's see what Blue got to say.
Hater alert.
That's not
hater
hater.
alert. Let her get her love.
I gave her 15 seconds.
15 seconds. She just put the whole women's basketball on her back for the whole season.
No, she didn't.
Come on, Blue. Put him in his place, Mark. Put him in his place, sir. Because think about it. The story was Dawn Staley, University of South Carolina, Cardozo, Fuwale, the whole team, Pow, undefeated, perfection. I mean, come on now. Like, what one player did was remarkable. Yes, Caitlin Clark did do some remarkable things this season, but this was the quest for perfection.
we're not just gonna sit here and act like perfection is not important. Come on, perfection, and then to do it against the very team that eliminated South Carolina last year, that prevented them from going undefeated last year, or at least having an opportunity to play in the championship to go undefeated last year. Put him in his place, Mr. Jackson.
Yes, she did.
No. And I say this respectfully. She certainly played a huge part, the biggest part.
Thank you.
But it wasn't a solo act.
It
LSU is involved. South Carolina's involved. Stanford's involved. It was teams all throughout that tournament.
UConn, Iowa State, it was a lot of storylines. USC, the other USC, University of Southern Cal, Juju, hey, women's basketball was very interesting this season, and has been very interesting, the most interesting out of the college basketball sports these last few years.
That made you root for them, embrace them individually and collectively. And I'm not hating, because I'm saying in the history of sports, we do not follow the championship, confetti falling, music playing, and show the losing player.
Yes, we do.
When?
Every year. We watch Steph Curry's reaction to losing. We watch LeBron's reaction to losing. They literally put the camera on them for 30 seconds as the clock's going down, and we see the dude celebrating. We watch LeBron walk off the court.
I'm talking about the first shot. The first shot is Dawn Staley. The first shot is a member of the South Carolina basketball team. The first shot is confetti falling, the music playing. At some point, we can get to a shot of Caitlin Clark. And this is not hating. This is TV done right. Find Caitlin Clark, get the sad look, get the depressed look, get the disappointed look, which is fine. Mm. And then let's go back to the celebration. I thought they did an incredible job. History was made, but that bothered me to a certain extent.
And that was something that I noticed, because the cameras were all around her. When they went through the line to congratulate each other, good game, it was like 3 or 4 cameramen, like right there, boom. It was just Caitlin Clark. That was the focal point. That was the focus of that moment, of that instance. He's not wrong.
I feel it.
You want to know what I felt good about?
Yeah, let me know.
This is going to be my gem of the day. This is going to be my remember, but I think it's too good to pass up this early. Raven Johnson, guard for South Carolina. A year ago, defended by Caitlin Clark. A year ago, Caitlin Clark stood in the paint and exposed Raven Johnson's weakness, her inability to shoot the basketball. So she basically stood in the paint and literally waved a hand at her as she dribbled at the three-point line, daring her to take a shot. Raven Johnson said she dreamt of that every single night for the past year. She waited for this opportunity, and she worked on her game, worked on her weaknesses to make it a strength. She put on an absolute clinic yesterday on how to defend an all-time great basketball player. After having 18 points in the first quarter, Caitlin Clark was basically shut down the rest of the way. Not only that, she made timely plays on the offensive end, shot making, stripped her 4 times minimum, beautiful left-hand layup in transition, and became a champion. There's somebody out there right now. Your problem is they waved you off because of your weaknesses. A year later, your weaknesses are still the same. Take some inspiration from Raven Johnson. Work on your weaknesses so that when the time comes and the opportunity presents itself again, you're locked and loaded and prepared. Shout out to Raven Johnson, South Carolina, for a job well done, and it was truly inspiring for me. I got to work on my left hand. I got to work on my left hand. It's been 58 years, 59 years, and I still don't have a left hand.
It's too late. It's too late.
See, you call me a hater.
No, it's too late. You already got you got your whole career. You're a legend, Hall of Fame one day. Like
no, I need some encouragement. I need some encouragement.
Don't work on the left.
I need some encouragement.
Work on writing with your left or doing something else with your left. It's too late to get the left hand later.
A little scoop shot, little teardrop, little floater.
All right. We can go to the gym later.
I'm not going with you. You're a hater.
One,
you're a hater. You're a hater.
All jokes aside, she was locking up. She was playing defense like her life was on the line.
That's how you defend a great player. Pay attention to detail, execute the game plan. You don't do it individually because you have to have help. They did a wonderful job behind her, helping her, supporting her. And I love what Don Staley did, Coach Don Staley, that is. Incredible basketball mind that's done a phenomenal job. She didn't stand there and try to get the recognition to herself. She said, no, it's my assistant coach that put together a scouting report, a brilliant scouting report, and paid attention to detail and mapped out how we were going to win this game. And it exactly happened. Something else that touched me. Getting into the Final Four. Don Staley is doing an interview after they secure the Final Four. Confetti's falling down, and it goes in her hair, on her clothes, Gucci, Louis, whatever she had on that day. And it blessed me so much to watch her players, as she's doing the interview, grabbing the confetti out of her hair, making sure that their head coach was looking right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you. There's some coaches I played for. Confetti would be falling on their eyes. I wouldn't move. I'd be like, good. I wouldn't even say anything. I wouldn't say anything.
Not on the championship day. Y'all just won. You got to help them out.
Depends on the coach. Depends on the coach. I'm only being honest.
And another thing, just to jump in,
players to get
the fact that it was a group effort. I mean, it went from top down, from inside out. I mean, everybody, the assistant coaches, the head coach, everybody had a important role in making sure that they were able to close out, seal the deal, and finish as champions unblemished. Because that's hard to do, man. That is hard to do. In yesterday's episode, I talked about how it was only 5 programs that have done it. You know, it's 10 teams that have done it. 6 of those teams were from UConn, and the other 4 were Tennessee, Texas, Baylor, and South Carolina.
Them to play with that type of effort. That's not the first time that we've seen that game plan be attempted to be put in place. We're watching the NBA players attempt to guard Steph that way. So for the players to go out after she puts that game plan in place and give that type of effort and execution, it just shows how great of a coach she really is.
And how much they paid attention to detail in practicing.
Yeah.
Because you fall asleep for a moment. We watch it with Steph Curry every single night. You fall asleep for a moment, the basketball is going through the net. You have to pay attention at all times to this home run hitter in the middle of the lineup that can change the game by hitting 3 straight 3-pointers, and all of a sudden you're down 9. Like they started off down 10 to start the ball game. Mm-hmm. They made the proper adjustments. They paid attention to detail, and they're champions today because of it.
Shouts out to my ladies, man. Y'all, I just got to give y'all one more shout out. Y'all did y'all thing, man. Y'all really set it off for this whole tournament. It was amazing, man. You was excited?
Very excited.
Good.
I think it'll be interesting to see. If I'm Coach Staley, I'm staying at South Carolina, and I'm going to retire there one day and live there and enjoy life. But if I'm another team, a men's team, an NBA team, I would certainly entertain hiring her. She's that great of a basketball mind, and she's proven.
Now, in other news, keeping on Caitlin Clark, we had the great legend Ice Cube offer her $5 million to come play in the Big Three. What's your thoughts about that? Could she play in the Big Three?
Brilliant marketing move by Ice Cube.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a brilliant business mind, and he's impacted the culture in ways that very few have. It's the right move. You asked me what was the question you asked me?
With all the players, retired NBA players, overseas players in the Big Three, can Caitlin play in the Big Three?
Yeah, she can play. I could play in the Big Three. You could play in the Big Three.
Come on, man. I mean, can you give me a real?
That's the question.
What's up with can I get some more?
Okay. All right,
can Caitlin Clark be effective in the Big Three? Should she play in the Big Three?
No.
Okay.
No. And I say that with great respect and admiration for her game and the impact that she's had. It depends on who she's facing. If she's facing me today, yes.
She's not facing you today.
That's my problem. That's my problem.
Yeah.
If she's facing, let's say, a guy that played for me 10 years ago, Jordan Crawford, who's an assassin on the offensive end of the floor, problems.
Yeah.
So if she's driving down the lane and Kenyon Martin or Glenn Big Baby Davis is standing there or Ryan Hollins, no. So if I was advising her, I would say, no, don't do it.
Oh, absolutely not. No. If I'm advising her, nah, she got to chill.
Yeah. I mean,
And that, my friends, might be an unpopular opinion. Because a lot of people are going, oh yeah, go ahead, go get the bag. Go ahead and make that $5 million, pocket that $5 million. It's a win-win. But a lot of things can happen when you get out there on the court. You know, we know in football, it's a sport that's like not if but when you get hurt or injured. And we know that to a degree, basketball can be that same way, but it doesn't seem like the frequency of the occurrences of injuries happening in the NBA is less than how often and frequently it happens in the NFL. But even though it would be big three basketball, half court situation, I think that she probably wouldn't do that. She probably would continue to say, hey, let me level up and go against the greatest female basketball players that the game has to offer. If it was something like a few games here and there, maybe, but just to say that she's gonna go play for the big three just to get that $5 million, she's gonna miss out on the WNBA draft, because I think the big three in the WNBA season run concurrently or they overlap in some way. So another scenario I think someone may have, that just comes to my mind, is that maybe she goes to the big three, pockets the money, comes back, one more year of eligibility, because I don't know if she used all of her college years of eligibility up. But I feel like that she's already declared that she's going to the WNBA. Gonna be, in the WNBA draft.
for what?
It ain't nothing to prove. Yeah.
Old guy once told me that all money ain't good money. So you got to be able to say no and live to see another day and make the proper, wise decision. I think her future's awfully bright in the WNBA, being the #1 pick by the Indiana Fever. She's going to impact on that level, and she's going to have opportunities, business opportunities to say yes to. I would tell her not to do this one.
Yeah, we watched what Raven did. We don't need to see Rashard Lewis guarding Caitlin. We all right.
Imagine if a guy like Jamal Crawford.
That's what I'm saying.
Jamal Crawford. Imagine if he decided, I'm gonna play in the big three. Work.
It's a problem.
Work.
I don't want to see. Yeah, I don't want to see that. She got a long, bright future ahead of her.
One thing I don't need is the old heads in the WNBA disrespecting her.
Yeah, it's a lot of hate going on. Let's talk about it.
She got flat out game.
It's a lot of hate.
She's gonna be a problem.
Big facts.
From day one.
Yeah.
Why not embrace the impact that she's had? Why not celebrate the impact that she's had? Why not acknowledge the level of play that she has elevated everybody to, and the benefits of the performances that she's put on full display with the country watching? Why not embrace that? It's sad to me when you get hate coming from greats. That's a bar right there. I mean, just embrace her. Your day gonna come, because you're gonna have to see her. You know who I'm talking to. You're gonna have to see her. And the worst thing to see is to see a young lion when you're on the back nine.
You know about that?
Yes.
You know?
Yes. You want to hear about it?
Yeah. Let me hear a story.
I'm playing in my second to last year with the Utah Jazz. We're playing against the Golden State Warriors, and I'm coming off the bench. So John Stockton's starting the game. We're facing a young, hungry lion with his foot on the gas pedal at all times on the offensive end by the name of Agent Zero, Gilbert Arenas.
Oh, no.
This dude I guess he scored the first 15 points. Now, coach looks down the bench, tells me to go in. Dude, I want no parts of this. I go into the game, first 3 plays, N1, 3 in my face. Takes me out. Now we're going to go zone. Why didn't we go zone when I was in there? Why didn't we go zone when I went? When you called me to go into the game, why didn't we go zone? But you want no parts of these young lions with something to prove and their foot on the gas pedal at all times. And that was my introduction, late introduction to the great Gilbert Arenas.
Yeah, that's all right. Ain't nothing wrong with Agent Zero getting some buckets on you.
He did it to a lot of folks.
Yeah, yeah. That's all right. I thought she was gonna say somebody that wasn't up on that level. He's on the echelon of scorers where you get respect for that. You get respect for
but
that.
on that level in the league, you can get it done offensively by dudes that's not Gilbert Arenas. I remember Magic Johnson announced that he had tested HIV positive and he couldn't play the next game. And Sedell Threet, who was the backup point guard, started that game in Madison Square Garden against us. You think he was a breather? We don't have Magic. Now we got Sedell Threet. 40.
40. He was like that?
Scorer.
He was ready. He was ready that day.
He was ready. He was inspired.
He's like all Magic now.
Man, he put on a clinic. But that can happen on this level.
Yeah. But I'm with you. We can't have people hating on the up and coming new players. That's
For
crazy.
what? I mean, think about it. What does it do? What does it do? You already accomplished, and you're an all-time great. You're a future Hall of Fame. And I'm not talking about one specific player because this is across the board.
There's one thing I like about this show, man. All the gems and the stories that Mark Jackson brings to it. It's it's a joy to hear. But that's one thing about his perspective too. I like that because think about it, man. This is another player that's going to continue to elevate the game. We know that the WNBA is struggling financially. That is no secret. And while you all have a mindset and theory or logic about how things operate and how things go, this is something that can propel you to an even better situation for the league as a whole. So when you see on the court, go ahead and it's ain't no friend, it's on. It's battle, it's warfare on the court. But welcome her. You can let her know it ain't gonna be easy, but definitely try and think about the bigger picture of advancing the league.
The greats that have done it. I'm calling you out. Treat her like you were treated coming in. And if you wasn't treated right coming in, still treat her right. It'll come back to you on the back end.
I think that's the tough part though, because a lot of those players that are in the WNBA are looking like, we paid dues. A lot of the older players are looking like we paid dues, and now these young girls are reaping the benefits and getting respect, and we put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears in.
What does that mean? I'm watching arguably the GOAT. The GOAT, in my opinion, is Cheryl Miller. Embrace Juju Watkins at USC. I'm watching her hug her and tell her how great she is. I watched a video where Cheryl Miller says, hold on, Cynthia Cooper got 4 championships and 4 MVPs. She's pushing off, deflecting all the attention from herself, acknowledging girls and ladies and women that came after her, and we embrace Cheryl even more because of it. That's the trick. When you downplay what you've done, somebody will speak up for you. Cheryl Miller don't have to blow her own horn. I'll blow a horn and tell you how great she is and challenge anybody to say that they've done it better in the history of the game.
That's bars. I can't say nothing on that. You got it. You got it.
We got to be better.
Yeah. But that's just, it's some people who are haters and it's some people who show love. It's just life.
You know what else I want to say?
What?
I was in the barber shop today. By the way, shout out to my guy Richard, who gives me my coffee in the morning. I told him I'd give him a shout out. Appreciate you. Thank
Richard.
you. But yes, random shout out.
You trying to get free coffee?
I was in the. What was I
hold on, because you always stop me from giving sponsorships, shout outs, and different companies.
I didn't say what company.
What are you trying to get? A free coffee from Richard?
I didn't say, no, Richard blesses me.
All right, man.
Throws in a donut every now and then. Donut,
all right,
coffee.
continue. Don't let me mess up your train of thought.
Oh, the barber shop. Oh, yeah. I was in the barber shop. And my guy Trey was talking, and they were upset at J. Cole for apologizing and trying to make it right with Kendrick Lamar.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to that barber once again. Got him right. Line is fresh. The waves are spinning. Hey, it's high tide over there. Shout out to that barber one more time.
Have I gotten too old? And I argue with Jet, my son, music extraordinaire. He's like, that's not hip hop. That blessed me. We've moved forward. That's the mature act by J. Cole acknowledging I'm not the guy I used to be. I'm not trying to chop somebody's head off. Let me acknowledge when I'm wrong and move forward. Let me support somebody and show love and do a grown man move as opposed to what we used to do back in the day. Shout out.
We got a lot of unpopular opinions moments on this particular episode, but let's keep it going.
J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar. Make it right. Oh, well, you want the other side.
I'm out, man. What are we talking about? Nobody want to hear apologies.
Oh my goodness.
You threw it. This is what I want to talk about. These are the topics I want to talk about. You can't throw a rock and then hide your hand. You join the fight, and then you say, "Oh, yo, my bad. I punched you in the face." Like
He didn't throw the first rock. He didn't throw the first rock.
But he punched back.
Yeah, but then he said,
multiple times too. It wasn't just one track. It was a lot of different tracks where he threw some shots.
But he said, if you want to punch me, I'll hold my chin out, punch me, and we can make it right. That's maturity to me. Shout out to maturity, seasoned vet.
Punch me and we can make it right. This is hip hop. What are you talking about?
Did I tell you that? You know what school I went to?
St. John's.
You know J. Cole graduated magna cum laude from St. John's University.
I love J. Cole.
Make us proud.
Man, you really making me take this position because I love J. Cole. I'm never getting a J. Cole feature now, but no, that was not fire for him to apologize to Kendrick. It was not fire.
The old man once told me, keep on living, young fella. Keep on living.
If we rapping,
they'll come when you acknowledge it.
That's not hip hop culture. The sad part is if Jay-Z did the same thing, you'd be like, yo, I wanted to hear some bars.
I'm not mad at hearing bars, but I like the maturity. I like that we no longer are where we once were. So shout out to those guys. Move the culture forward, continue to impact, continue to make history.
Man, shout out to Drake. We waiting on you. What you got to say, man? Talk your talk. Oh, you know, apologies.
Oh, man.
I'm sorry for nothing, man. Kidding me?
Sorry, not sorry. like that. Got my ear to the street.
All right, we got some love to show right now. It's been, I know we spoke about you being Hall of Fame one day. It's been some Hall of Famers that came out this week. We got to show some love.
Absolutely.
First off, the great Chauncey Billups inducted this week. You got any stories of y'all or just y'all relationship?
First of all, congratulations. A heck of an accomplishment. Actually texted him and reached out and conversation with him real quick. Just tremendous respect and appreciation for him, his impact. Obviously, my daughter, your sister, Heaven, works for the Portland Trailblazers 5 years now, does an incredible job, and Chauncey and that staff shows love and embraces her like she's his adopted daughter. So I got tremendous respect for him and love for him, but we all dream about making it to the Hall of Fame. And a story that I remember Chauncey struggling at some point, and he was playing for a coach who I played for 2 times in Larry Brown, who could be very tough and extra tough on his point guards. You can't do right. So he's always complaining and whining and on your case. And for a young guy, that can be a little frustrating. But Chauncey, after, had a conversation with him, tell him how I got through it, how I handled it, and flourished. The guy is an NBA champ, a finals MVP, I believe a 5-time All-Star, went to the Eastern Conference Finals so many years, and part of a team that won a championship and did it the right way, did it as a team. Awfully proud of him and extremely happy for him, and wish him nothing but the best moving forward. Doing a great job with a team that fights, competes, and the future's bright for the Portland Trailblazers moving forward.
I would even say he's underrated all time. How many guards at his size have a finals MVP under their belt?
Right. I mean, it's and making big-time shots, big-time plays when it mattered most against a dominant team that had some guys on there that is on the short list of all-time greats. They're in a special room. He and his crew beat them.
Now, one other person I want to shout out, a former teammate of yours. We're going to show him some love, too. The great Vince Carter, Hall of Famer now. You got any stories about, did he ever catch you on a poster?
No, he caught my passes and he caught people on a poster.
Y'all had practices. He never dunked on you ever?
No, one of his best dunks is against my Indiana Pacer team when he went baseline, turned in midair, triple pumped it, and dunked it backwards. I'm not in the shot, so it wasn't on me. I was at the nail at the foul line, away from the rim, so it's not on me. But I can remember being traded, signing to Toronto Raptors, first day of practice, like he was a different animal, absolute different animal. Had everything you want as a basketball player, had no weaknesses as far as a skills position player, could shoot at a high level, could pass at a high level, could drive and finish at a high level. Just an incredible basketball player, and it was no secret he was going to be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, that dude got layers to his game. I remember being young and just trying to be like him in the mid post for like a whole year. I was just trying to get jab step series like Vince Carter, and we look at his dunks and we don't realize how great of an actual basketball player he was. He was not just an athlete. That dude had game.
Tremendous. Funniest thing about Vince, I'm not knocking him. This is just Vince. To play with him, you understood at some point during that 48-minute game, he was going to go down and act like he got shot.
You're not knocking him.
No. It got to a point like the first couple of games we run to him, you all right, bro? You all right? Help him up. By game 10, we're like, that's Vince. Come on, just come on, man.
He always got up and played, though?
He's getting up and he's going to be fine. Let him milk the air time. Let him milk the camera time. Next play, he's flying through the air, triple pumping. Like, dude, I thought you just grabbing your knee.
Did you?
Like, what are we doing?
Shout out to Vince Carter, man.
Vince, half man. But I tell you what, with both of those guys, not just incredible basketball players, incredible people, quality, class human beings that I got, like I said, tremendous respect for.
How did you like living in Toronto?
Back to Chauncey though, I just remembered something. Huh. He's playing. I'm leading the league in assists with the Denver Nuggets. I get the paper. I'm sipping my coffee one day, and I read in the paper. I'm reading the sports section. Mark Jackson, the leader in the NBA in assists, may not even be the best point guard in Colorado. I'm like, what the heck? I'm like, what are they talking about? I'm like, what? Chauncey Billups went to Colorado, and they were talking about Chauncey Billups, who I did not know and had not seen play.
That's hilarious.
I'm like, are y'all kidding me?
He was coming for you.
He's in the hall, and I'm sitting there with you.
Oh, man.
Toronto was great, though.
Yeah.
I loved you. I mean, you lived there. Toronto was very similar to New York City. I really enjoyed my time there. We had a house, school across the street where you and Heaven would walk to school, come home for lunch. It was a fun time and great fan base.
Beautiful. I love Canada. They got the black squirrels running around.
I didn't know that.
You knew that.
I wasn't paying attention to the squirrels.
You gotta stop and smell the flowers sometime. Why don't you do any? You too cool for everything.
What was this on your walk home for lunch?
Oh, I gotta let y'all know. I'm exposing you today. This dude will not eat a strawberry. He says he's never had a strawberry. I'm trying to get him to eat a strawberry. He's like, no, you know me for 30 years. I'm never gonna eat a strawberry. So will you eat a strawberry for the people?
No.
If I brought a strawberry on the set, would you just take one bite?
No. I got a question. This is a good question because we had a debate.
Can you loosen up, pause?
We had a debate. There are things in this world that I have never had, and I know I don't like. Here's the question: Is that possible? Is that possible?
No. How do you know you don't like it?
My family believes that I have to at least try it once in order to know whether I like it or not. I know what I like. I know what I don't like. So if you're on the don't like list, you're gonna stay on the don't like list.
This just.
That's an unpopular opinion if I've ever heard one, man. How do you know if you don't like it if you've never tried it? What? And then we talking about a strawberry. I don't think I've ever heard anybody that doesn't like a strawberry. Come on now. Strawberries. If y'all ain't never had a pine berry, check them out too. But a strawberry, y'all. A strawberry, people. Come on, Mark. Come on, man. What and the word, and to use your own catchphrase, what are we doing?
Mark Jackson's a psychic. He knows how everything tastes before it tastes.
I'm not gonna try strawberry. I'm not gonna try cabbage. I'm not gonna try spinach.
What do you imagine a strawberry tastes like?
I don't. Nasty. Nasty. No, that's a good question. Nasty.
Nasty?
Yeah.
I'm
not gonna have onions. I'm not getting tomatoes. I mean, there's a whole list that I'm just not dealing with.
This is Jeff. We should just bring a platter of all of this.
Cabbage, spinach. Did he say tomatoes? I feel you on the onions. I ain't with the onion, but I'm sure you've had something with some onions in it or something that was prepared with onions and you just didn't realize because they were just so diced. They were diced so finely, or they were so finely. diced.
This and just let them try everything.
You think I'm gonna try? You think-
That's what I'm saying. You ain't eat no onions. You never.
That's
had
why I
like
let
a burger?
Kenny live. When Kenny was like, he had a whole thing of onion rings. I'm like, dude, I never had onion rings. It's a fries.
You never had like a burger with some good grilled onions?
I had a burger. No, I never had onions.
Wow, Mark.
No.
Goodness, man.
Wow, Mr.
We bringing
Jackson.
back another segment today.
You already
ready?
know. You know I'm not lying. I don't try these things, and I refuse to even attempt it.
Shame on you.
Yeah.
You need to get out your shell
Strawberry
a little
ice
bit.
cream, no thank you.
You never tried strawberry ice cream
No,
either?
no.
Have you ever tried a strawberry drink where you could at least see?
No. Only strawberry I enjoyed was Darryl Strawberry when I was a rookie.
Hey, yo.
When he played for the Mets. I said when he played for the Mets. Yeah, that's it. Shout out Darryl Strawberry. I know he had a health scare recently. Shout out to him and his family. Nothing but love and appreciation for you. Continue to get better and better, my friend.
Shout out Daryl. My pops really enjoyed you.
Go ahead, man.
All right, man.
Pause.
We got a new addition today. It's been here before, but we going with Mama. There goes that man.
That's
Are you
good.
ready?
Come on now, Blue. I like the way you announced it, but come on now, man. You can't say it like your pop said.
Ready?
That's good. Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. Here we go. We're gonna start off in the East with an MVP update. Who is your Eastern Conference MVP right now? Who you got?
To me, it's a one-horse race. That's Jason Tatum. I think Giannis has had a great year, but that Milwaukee Bucks team inconsistency, where you don't know which team is showing up night in and night out. Talking about the Boston Celtics running away with the Eastern Conference, there's only one answer. That's Jason Tatum and the job he's done, setting the tone on the offensive end, taking pride on the defensive end, and playing every single night, basically. It's Jason Tatum in the Eastern Conference and it's everybody else.
I agree. I don't think it's a race in the East. Same question. Who you got in the West?
I don't think that's an unpopular opinion. I think that is a popular opinion, and it's more than an opinion. That's facts. Actual, factual assessment. I can't even sit here and think of anyone else, out of the East.
The West is a tougher choice. I think it's going down to the wire. Who wins the Western Conference? I'd probably go with four guys right now. Nikola Jokic, Luka Doncic, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's the three guys I would go with right now. I think those are the three guys that are in the discussion, and it depends on how they finish in the Western Conference standings. But those
Not mad at that. Not mad at that at all. I don't even know if you could throw a fourth guy in there, but those three definitely. Luka, Jokic, SGA.
three guys, and Luka, the year he's having. I mean, I said it already. If you had to do the top 75 players all over again, there's about 25 old dudes who's going to be mad.
Yeah.
There's going to be about 25 plus old dudes that you're just going to have to tell them. Some you're going to have to knock on the tombstone and be like, you had to move it, bro. I mean, it's just that the level of skill and talent in today's game forces you to make some tough decisions.
I say for me, I got to pick SGA got it. SGA got it for me in the Western Conference. SGA got it overall. I think with only a few weeks left in the season, he's really got to fall off for me to not think it's him. To me, he's got it right now.
Because
his impact on his team and his game, if you take him off of that team, his value is, to me, greater than if you took Jokic off of the Nuggets. I think that the squads, if you take them both off, SGA is bringing a huge impact.
Come on, Blue. You got your unpopular take right there. That's an unpopular opinion, I would think.
To that team, making plays for guys that if he wasn't coming off that screen and making those plays, it'd be tough for them to create on their own.
he's had a great year. I'm not here to argue against any guy that we named. They're all so deserving of the award. The tough part is going to be one guy winning at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm. With the West being as tight as it is, we got the Lakers and the Warriors in the play-in. Can either of those teams make noise in the playoffs?
Yes, because of their experience, because of the success that they've tasted in the past, because they may be playing against a team that has no experience, Oklahoma City, or little experience, Minnesota Timberwolves. So I think that those teams are positioned. Would it be a major upset if one of those teams beat one of those other teams? No. To me, I think you got home run hitters in the lineup when you talk about the Golden State Warriors, a premier home run hitter in Steph Curry and a great supporting cast. Klay Thompson coming to form, playing better and better. See, I picked him as a top 5 point guard. Top 5 shooting guard recently. Still have trust and belief in Klay Thompson, dangerous. And then when you talk about the Los Angeles Lakers, any team that has LeBron James, Anthony Davis, the supporting cast that they have, D'Angelo Russell playing at a high level, can carry them offensively at times, Austin Reeves, those two teams are dangerous, and it'll come down to matchups and their ability to control playoff games.
If I'm any of those top teams, I'm not really excited at the prospect of having to see the Lakers in the first round or the Warriors in the first round. You work all season to come in first, second place, and then you got to run up against two of the greatest players of all time. That's tough.
I agree with you, but my argument against that would be those teams had 82 games to tell you just how good and dangerous they are, and at the end of the day, they're 9th and 10th seeds for a reason. So they've been inconsistent, up and down on both sides of the floor all season long. It'd be foolish for me playing the other side to think that they could just turn it on and beat a team that's done it all year long to put themselves in position to be a number 1 seed or a number 2 seed. So that's the flip side of it. But that's why we play playoff basketball.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. All right, East Coast. We found out recently that Julius Randle got injured, man. He's out for the rest of the season. Going forward, how deep can the Knicks make it into the playoffs?
They are a team that is loaded from top to bottom with great competitors. They get after you. They have an identity. They have a home run hitter in Jalen Brunson that's playing as well as any guard in basketball right now. And in the Eastern Conference, although Boston is the best team in the East, everybody has proven to be beatable. You look at what the Knicks did just the other night. They went into Milwaukee. Milwaukee needed a win. They're healthy and whole and trying to stop the bleeding. And Jalen Brunson puts a 40-plus piece on them. Yeah. And the Knicks leave with a win. So the Knicks are certainly good enough to win in the Eastern Conference and then advance. And that would be the challenge if I was on that team or coaching that team.
What's your adjustment as a coach if you're in Tom Thibodeau's position and Julius Randle is done for the season?
We're missing our second best player. We're missing a guy that gives us 25 and double-digit rebounds a night, 5 or 6 assists a night. No one guy can bring that to the table. We don't have that guy that can do that outside of Jalen Brunson on this roster. So we have to do it collectively. And the message is we're going to go small. We're going to put a demand on guys to bring to the table a little more, just a little bit more than you normally are asked to do. And then Jalen Brunson is going to have to carry them and put guys in position to take and make big-time shots. They're well coached. They defend. They compete. They play with an edge. And although Boston is clearly the best team, they can be beaten. They've proven that. We've seen that at times. So if I'm a guy on the Knick roster or a Knick coach, why not us? When we play the best basketball that we're called to play, we've beaten the best. Now let's put it together.
We got flashback time. You ready? We got some good pictures today. Let's go ahead and put this first one up. All right, we got you and DMX, the late great DMX, man. Wow. What you remember about meeting him?
I met him years ago in New York City before this picture, and then seeing him at a game and talking to him. But I remember his greatness. I remember his passion for rap, for music, his passion as a believer. I remember living in Santa Monica 20 years ago and going on a walk at night and then passing by a bar and hearing a familiar voice, talking to a bunch of guys. Like, I know that voice. And it was DMX. And he calls my name, and we stand on the corner and talk for 45 minutes an hour. Just a guy that is a great, and you can tell how his music has impacted so many. And I had a lot of respect for him. He had a battle in life, good versus evil. He impacted so many and was committed as a believer.
You got anything else you want to share about that story?
Was you there?
I was there. That's why
in the middle,
I don't want to step on your story, and you just sold it up so nicely. So I don't want to step on his legacy. So yeah, let's just.
No,
keep
the
it.
messed up thing is in the middle of the story, I'm sitting there like, I remember this dude being there, but
I was
don't want
there.
to put him on the spot
No, I
because
was
you
there.
might not. Yeah.
You don't
That is so cool, man. Because Mark always has these great stories, but the fact that Blue was there at that particular instance, and I know Blue's had a remarkable life as well, just being, you know, in his own right, he's had a remarkable life, but being Mark Jackson's son, he's been able to have some pretty cool experiences. But DMX, man, that guy was great, man. I mean, he's DMX, man. To me, DMX was a great individual, a great believer, a great artist, a great rapper, and he's, just his rapping and lyrical ability. I put him above a lot of other New York rappers that some might name more frequently than DMX, but he up in the top 5, whatever you want to call it. But one thing about it, his spirit, man, and his gift, his voice, his being. I mean, it's just something great about him, man, that I miss. But it's cool to go back and listen to his music, but it's also cool to have those surprise gems or Easter eggs, if you will, of videos that we may see on social media, on YouTube, of his day-to-day interactions or interviews, or just, being out and about. But just here recently, I was listening to that Joyner Lucas. Is it Not Now I'm Busy? I don't want to get it wrong because, like, people talking about the big three, the Kendricks, the Coles, and the Drakes. But Joyner, that guy, man. But Joyner Lucas has a song with DMX on it, and I mean, that particular song, I can't even explain it. When you hear DMX's verse, man, it is like he's there. He's not only with you, he's near you, he's by you, he's in you, he's a part of you, man. His spirit echoes into the atmosphere, the universe, man. It's amazing, man. Not Now I'm Busy. If you haven't heard that Joyner Lucas, stream it, download it. Well, stream it, buy it, download it, listen to it again, share it, and listen to it again. It's that good.
remember what he said to me?
Oh, he did. He cussed at you, right?
It was like we sitting there, y'all were talking,
Oh, yeah, I remember.
and I walked over, and I got to do the clean version because we got kids listening. But DMX looked at me. I was young. I had to be like 10, 11, 12, somewhere around there. And he was like, yo, you getting any yet? I'm like, I looked at my pops. I'm like, what does he mean? He's like, you not getting any yet? I was like, nah, Mr. X. I was like,
I do remember that. Yes.
but he's a legend, and we love DMX. I didn't know whether to bring that up because he is an.
No, it's the truth. It's the truth.
That's DMX.
All right, man.
Did you know what he meant?
Yeah, I knew what he meant. I knew what he meant. I had to play it off because you was looking at me like, did you get?
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
All right, for the second one, we got another picture. Let's put it up. Oh, this is more recent. This is our episode we did with Kenny. Did you? What was your favorite part of this interview?
It was great having him on. Incredible friend, brother for life. The best part is just sitting there chopping it up, and we talked.
That was the best part for me too. Just these New Yorkers chopping it up, man. If you haven't watched this episode, go back and watch it, man. I might even do a show, a little chop up collab commentary show about this show. This was a good one.
That we make fun about, the culture and hip hop and all of that. But in our culture, one thing we don't do as much as we should is show love to one another. And to have a guy like Kenny sitting here, we grew up, same neighborhood, same dreams. There's no side of him to hate on me. There's no side of me to hate on him. To see the genuine love, appreciation, and affection for one another. When he wins, I win. When I win, he wins. Outside of him asking for a check to come and appear on the show, everything else was gravy. But no, in all seriousness, the best part of it was just sitting there breaking bread with family.
Yeah, that was real. That was a great episode. Y'all go check that out, man. We're going to give a shout out to our sponsors, Underdog Fantasy. Click the link in the description below. Play the Pick'em game. That's one of our favorites, man.
That's a wrap for this episode of the Mark Jackson Show. Blue and I certainly appreciate all the love and support. Remember, in a war, the first thing that the opposition attempts to do is disable all communications that you have with the outside world. They don't want you to be able to communicate with anybody or anything. My question to you is, why are you sabotaging yourself doing the same thing and wearing it with a badge of honor because you don't talk to somebody? I challenge you to change it before you lose. Call mom, call dad, call your brother or sister, call a friend, call somebody that you're holding a grudge against. And then encourage them and may just equip you. Blessings.
That was a good show, man. That was a good episode. Well, that's all I have for you on this chop up, mash up, collab, whatever you want to call it, man. But like I said, I'm just a big fan of what they got going on the Come and Talk to Me network, and just trying to find a creative way to create content. I see people sometimes they do things like this with Corey Holcomb's 5150 show, but I genuinely just, really like the content that this channel and network is putting out more so than others, because there's a lot of great content out here, and kind of have to find your niche in your area and do your thing, man. And I eventually want to get to the point where I can have me some, more frequent guests or some unique guests, lesser known, more known, you know what I mean? Just mix it up a little bit. But this is unpopular opinion. We know that at times we have to be true to ourselves, even though our opinions, our perception, our point of view, our take, or our feelings about things might be unpopular. It may be the right thing, but sometimes we know that the right thing might be the unpopular thing or the unpopular choice. So just stay true to yourself and keep going, keep growing. Be your best and be blessed. I think that was a good way to end it. Oh, yeah. Keep going, keep growing. Be your best and be blessed. Sign out.